Okay, what is your name?
My name, Gregg Cesario.
And your title right now?
Oh, my title is a big title, and it comes with a lot of money. It's president of the IBM South Florida Quarter Century and Alumni Association.
Yay!
They paid me a lot of money just to be able to memorize that.
Okay, where and when did you start your career with IBM?
1971 in White Plains, New York, as a salesman for the Office Products Division.
Okay, wow, all right.
I don't look that old, but I'm 94.
And what products were you working on?
It was all the office products, typewriters, the mag cards, and that's when automation really started to hit IBM that went beyond the typewriters, the dictation equipment, and then copiers, and then finally System 32s, and all of the higher tech products that started to happen in the late 70s and early 80s.
Okay, and then after that, where did you go?
Then I became a manager, a marketing manager in Miami in 1975. So I went down to Miami as the marketing manager and then eventually took over as the branch manager down in Miami, and I was on Coral Gables, and I stayed there until 1979. I thought I was going to be somebody. I was like a contender. Me and Marlon Brando. I thought I was going to be somebody.
Okay, so you've been in Florida for a long time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and then I left there and went up to OP headquarters, which is in used to be in Franklin Lakes, New Jersey. Left there and came back down to Florida in 1984. And then I came down here and worked for in the forecasting group, in product forecasting for the for all of the PCs, and then started moving around a little bit while I was here, and eventually worked for Jim Stifler in the I think it was called robotics. Jim Stifler, and then I took the FAP in 1989, and I left IBM.
Okay. All right, but when did you come to Boca?
The first time to Boca was 1983.
And okay, all right. Wow. Okay, and then you were in the robotics division, so you were in.
Well, I bounced around. Like I said, I was in the forecasting group, working for Larry Rojas for a while.
Oh, okay.
And then after a couple of jobs in product management, working for Mike Highland and Dave O'Connor and a few of those guys, then went back over and picked up a promotion, went over to work for Jim Stifler in the robotics, or I forget what that was called, but it reported up to GBGI up in White Plains.
Okay. All right. And what are your most memorable moments with IBM?
This interview. This is it. This is the highlight. I guess the biggest thing I would say is that my most memorable thing about IBM is all the IBM people who look back on their retirement or their career, if they didn't retire, and or their retirement, didn't realize how good of a thing IBM was at the time. I think we all now look at companies in a different way and now realize just how beneficial it was both to our education, our career, and our understanding of how to run a company. Because I can tell you, in seeing other companies, there aren't many people that are as well educated as former IBM people coming out, and the amount of time and money that IBM spent educating their employees. So it wasn't a job so much as it was, I think it probably set the tone for a lot of the things that I learned in life and a lot of the equipment that I carried mentally to these jobs from an educational point of view, from an experience point of view, both whether you're doing big boxes or small items or even negotiating contracts. It really did set the tone for a higher quality or a higher caliber of individual. And after that, I had about 5, 6, 7 jobs as VPs of sales in a variety of companies, some Fortune, some non-Fortune, some small startups. But you can really see the stuff. It really is. It becomes much easier to do things with that kind of knowledge base. I thought, anyway.
Right. It's very true. It's very true. IBM educates their people as high quality people.
Some of the jobs that I had were great fun. I did a lot of traveling, and that was great fun, and it was great exhausting at times. But of all the things that I walked away from IBM, that was the highlight, is the education and setting you up with a business tone and a business perspective. And not a lot of people still have that right now. Even then, not a lot of people had it. That was a very penetrating question.
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
No, just if you come to South Florida and you see the video and you're visiting down here, just bring lots of money and keep Florida green.
very much, Greg.
You're welcome. Thanks for calling me over. Bye.
Bye.
So was I too long?